My name's Ian Ennis. I'm Director of Heritage and Collections, and my team of architects and project managers is responsible for the conservation and care of all of our historic sites. While we've been preparing for the new museum exhibition, the Heritage team's been working on some important conservation projects within the barracks. The installation of a new passenger lift, the stabilisation of deteriorated brickwork in the Superintendent's office, looking after some really interesting finds in the former commercial kitchen, and we've done work on the barracks clock. From start to finish, designing and installing the lift has probably taken us about 2.5 years. The more challenging aspect was how to build it and install it inside the building without partly dismantling the building. And in fact, all of the lift components came through one side door on the south side of the building, which is probably 1.6 metres wide and normal door head height 2.1 metres height. So all of the steel work, all of the components of the lift cage and all the machinery were manually taken through that entrance and built up over time. So it's a real masterpiece of almost like some Meccano set construction inside this really tightly confined space. The Superintendents Room was originally one of the most important rooms in the barracks complex because the Superintendent of Convicts ran the administration of the site from there. On the north wall especially, what we discovered was there was quite extensive deterioration of that exposed brickwork. Over time, as a result of salt efflorescence, they do tend to go powdery and disintegrate. So we employed quite a traditional method of stabilising the powdered bricks using a lime water stabilisation technique, which basically injects a weak lime solution into the brick material, and as the lime sets, it stabilises the material. In the new museum experience, we're going to use the north range of the barracks for the first time as part of the visitor's experience of entering the site. Setting that up in the building has involved dismantling and demolishing an old commercial kitchen. Demolishing all of that and opening up the space completely was actually a revelation, because we were able to confirm that there was a large nib wall of probably original 1817 to 1819 brickwork still standing, and one of the discoveries we made were these diagonal braced beams that are concealed inside the wall, but we were actually exposed one so you could see where it was shooting up into the upper floor above. Really interesting thing to uncover, and we've just documented it, and of course it gets covered up again as part of the new museum experience. The clock in the Hyde Park Barracks is quite an important historical clock in its own right. It comes from a really famous English maker, Wyami. It was last conserved in 1984 when there was quite a lot of work done at Hyde Park Barracks. There have been some failings with our maintenance of it over time, but also where it's housed in the building is not protected from the elements. So over time it's accumulated a lot of dust and dirt. So we've completely dismantled the clock and taken it to a workshop, and the numbers and the hands will all be re-gilded. So when it goes back up, it should be really spectacular seeing all that gold leaf.